Underway. Knox win the tip. We'll take first possession as kick this one off. Nunn. Pepe up the top, can't put the drive in, and forced tip there from Murky also doesn't work, so Eagles now with their first look of the night. Jane, first hands on the ball for the Eagles. Just a short little shot there, wanting foul contact was Gee, but not getting it. This team's just feeling each other out here. Rotates around to Nunn, who finds it inside, and again they can't find the bottom of the net, but strong under the basket was Pepe.
Bit of talk going into Perry nice and early, so he loves that, Jock Perry. Did it last week to Keilor. Never seen that man angry. McIntosh, he's going to go inside. Bit of contact, fade away, can't get it to go.
One man who I did see angry was Norman Yang here last weekend. He missed a lot, and he wasn't particularly happy about his own performance. He certainly showed up against Dandenong, though. Another shot goes wanting for Knox.
Good look so far from Knox, though. Can't complain. Open threes, and Lepepe a few contested layups inside that you back him to make most of the time.
And Yang feeds inside. Perry, as he does quite often, with a low percentage fadeaway there, and Mosby just gets himself off the ground, so well, an eventful start so far. Need a team to open their account. As he said, Geordie Knox have had plenty of good looks. This one goes long range from Lepepe, falls short. Zane with the big rebound. Nice. Over there and into the basket by Duffelmeyer. Not the way that DV would want Knox to open up their night. First points on the board go to the visitors.
Lots of energy here for Knox early. They're up and about here on the bench. We're just behind them here in the commentary booth, but they wanted to get up here. They want to get some energy. They didn't start amazing last week, but we saw in the women's earlier, the slow starting, so they want to really blitz Diamond Valley here in the early going.
Key. Knox really locking this key down at the moment. Mosby from long range. Ball falls out. Rebound by Murky, and they'll go quickly again. Detch just sees an opening inside to Lepepe, who's had a couple of looks now and just cannot find the bottom of the basket. Perry asking for contact under the ring, but nothing getting called. Zhang just pulls up for a two, and Eagles still can't find the bottom of the net. Zip from 5.
Yeah, not the shot you want. As Murky talking about shots you want. 3 downtown. First 3 of the night. I'm sure we'll see plenty of those, and it's a 5-step start here for Knox.
He getting worked under and didn't get foul contact there. That one was falling out of bounds. That one going the way of Nunn. You might have said, Geordie, that Zhang's playing under McIntosh's number tonight on 2, so hopefully those statistics don't go to the wrong person, but
a little bit of a height difference just quietly, so it makes it easy.
One. Yep. It does. So if you're seeing any stats on screen, number 2 is Zhang. First foul of the night registering to Knox. Gee. Very at the point. Such height on them at the moment. Knox are really locking this key down. Man Yang to open their account, as he does so often. Norman Yang. Big 3 and first points of the night for the Eagles.
Good offensive possession there. Got them some movement inside to Perry. Good pass out to Manyang. Probably the best offensive possession so far on the night.
Detch just left open at the foul line, and you can't do that.
Yeah, just sitting too deep there on the screen there, Perry. Got to step up, use his 6'11" height. If he can shoot a floater over that, good luck to him.
Perry from long range, and he finds the bottom of the net as well. Suddenly the floodgates are opening for the Eagles. 6 quick points.
It's magical when you get some movement into your offense. The last 2 possessions, 2 passes through, a bit of screen action, as opposed to being stagnant. And that's a lovely cross-court pass for 2 threes on the night for him so far, Murky. So we didn't have a point almost for the first 3.5 minutes, and a couple of good possessions. It'll be A foul again, bringing the ball down the court. This time will be called on Dolpheimer.
Liking the way the officials are calling this game so far. Liking the obvious ones, but there's a lot of dual contact inside, and they're just happy to let that run. It's really good to see. Allows the game to be incredibly competitive as Yang receives inbound pass. Two double fakes there from him, and he'll draw contact. That one going the way of Detch.
Clear one there. Just sort of understood he was beat off the spin and fouled, so that's 3 quick fouls there for Knox.
You're looking for a redemption game here, Man Yang. As I said, he wasn't happy with his performance last weekend. He'll be looking to elevate tonight, and especially against Knox. It's the game to do it. Gee, 6 on the shot clock. Man Yang now has to do something with the ball. Fadeaway shot from your Man Yang, and he is starting hot. 5 points at 100% for Norman Yang.
Murky will push, but no
just about
call
to say
there.
where Knox are going to kill them, but Man Yang tips that ball out. He's going to go one-on-one to the basket, and what a start by the superstar.
He has had games here where he's had 25 points and hasn't missed, so I don't want to put any jinx on it, but he hasn't missed yet, and he's got 7 points.
I've forgotten about that, and you know what you've just done is we
I'll put the jinx on it.
10 apiece, another spilt ball, and they're going to go again. Gee decides against the right, goes to the left. Zhang kicks it outside to Thosby for 3. Big start from the Eagles, and we were waiting for the timeout, and there it comes. The Amy timeout, the way of Knox.
And hard solo cans are piling up behind us, but hopefully none get thrown in our direction.
Hard rated, Geordie. We'll get in trouble.
Oh, sorry, hard rated. Sorry.
It's a great fight back here from the Eagles. Quick couple of minutes have rocketed them back into this game. 4:45 left in the first. Diamond Valley by 3 as Knox kick us off again. Didn't have a timeout from them early on the cards, but that's the way it's fallen. Let's see how they respond. None. Misplaces that one. Their 3rd turnover for the night. Gee. It's the screen from Perry. Finds another gap to the key. What a fake and turn by Jesse Gee. Nest is starting to light up early.
Caught him in the air there, made him look silly.
He fell over there, and that opened up a gap. Detz just fakes Perry. Can't find the bottom of the net again. 4 from 11 now, Knox. Not their usual offensive plan, but wouldn't by any means be writing them off at all. They will fight back at some point and quickly. It's just how long Diamond Valley can keep this run they've got going as they go again through Thosby. Zhang. And then Yang taking their time here. Controlled offense by the Eagles. Now Perry takes his time going inside. Jock really well defended, but a foul call there. They're not going to count the basket. The official was already pointing to the baseline before that dropped, so.
That just shows there how strong Lepepe is inside. We're talking Jock Perry here, who has got over a decade of experience at the highest level of basketball, and he just got bodied there. I don't know if that, the Knox bench wasn't too happy with that being a foul call, but I'll tell you what, his shoulders, they're hard to see around.
In the context of this game, I potentially would have let that one ride as well too. Didn't have his hands down and probably bodied him out a little bit, but that's the way this game's been played at the moment. It's 14 fouls to zip for Knox as Man Yang can't connect.
Just need a bit of composure here from Knox. Just trying to play a little bit too quick. Get into your offense, get into your movement.
Detch sees the pass back from Nunn. He sees a gap around Perry. Could have gone up to the right, but decided to go under. That missed, and he's going to push again. He retreats. Perry fakes off the 3, and that's really good defense there by Detch. 2-on-1. Great feed by Knox. Fantastic offensive fast break play.
That's more like the Knox there. Just defensive pressure starts with that and go from there as Perry looks to make up for the wrongs. Little turnaround shot, can't get it to go. And now Knox will try to push here again.
Ollie Haywood stepping on post timeout for his first minutes of the night. There's Noah Todd.
Lepepe, 0 of 5 to start, and I think every shot's been open for him, so you wouldn't be too annoyed there if you're a Knox fan. If he's getting those looks all night, he'll knock down a fair few of them. Manyang, fadeaway Jay, can't get it to go. Just after a fast start, just a couple of possessions of no scores, so a bit like the first couple of minutes at the moment.
Well to hold them off defensively, Diamond Valley. Knox are going to connect with the bottom of the net at some point. Dench decides against it. That feed outside to Nunn. Also finds the front of the rim. 5 from 15 now. The Raiders. Feed inside to Manyang, and that'll be foul contact there. On the way of Murky.
That'll be 5 fouls as well for the quarter. So 5 to zip, which I don't think Knox would be too happy with, but I'd say probably 4 out of the 5 you can't argue with. The question back the other way was, have they fouled 0 times from a Knox point of view? But Manyang will go to the line, and after a few misses, a chance to get his rhythm back.
Knox are just running a lot of their offensive possession, from the outside. They are taking it to the ring, but they're not putting the screws to Diamond Valley in offense to try and draw foul contact, and that's why you're probably seeing a zip to 5 team foul run here at the moment.
And they're getting good looks, Knox. That's the thing. They'll be, they're only 3 down, and they're shooting at a percentage 33%, well below where they usually sit.
Once those long ranges start connecting, you're going to see them really get back into this game. Not to say they're out of it by any means. 4 points now as we head into the closing stages of this first term. Knox will want to try to connect here, really push some easy baskets as they head into quarter time, and that'll definitely help. What power there from Lepepe, his first points for the evening.
Perry is off the court. It's going to be very tough for anyone to defend Lepepe as Zhang is on the court, as you can probably tell by his height at the moment. Trying to play through Manyang again, trying to be the focal point of the offense. Todd, first touch. Airball would have liked that one back.
Wow, great vision down the court. Fantastic there. Sewell finishes it off for his first points. The Eagles bench screaming for a timeout and nothing coming. It will now. So an Amy timeout to Diamond Valley. 1:09 remaining.
They've stuck with this sort of full court pressure here, which they don't really have a clear point guard on the court for Diamond Valley. A lot of 2-3, so I like the decision just to put a bit of pressure on it.
And Yang. Bokert, good to call his name again this season. Haywood with the turn and spin, and scoring run starting to dry up now for the Eagles. 45 seconds left in this first quarter. Nunn, happy to hold it up. Gee, just left open there. Great drive, but an even better block. It's hard to see, but it goes to the Eagles. They choose to slow down. Shot clock still a factor. Manyang not being given an inch by Sewell. He tries to draw contact, won't receive it. Great defense there by Knox. Shot clock is out, 10 seconds remaining. Nunn, Bokert just...
Smart foul. He got
contact.
Nunn in the quarter, just stops him with that little screen action there going forward, and if you get a steal, then you're away. So, a low-scoring quarter by both teams' standards, but I don't think anyone scored for the first 4 minutes, so it's a bit of an asterisk next to it, but if Knox can go in at quarter time here with a lead, it'd be huge.
3 seconds, Nunn. Let's take it on Bokert. Gee, took a couple of extra steps there. The official happy with it. Probably not the best choice, but it won't matter. 16 apiece into this first quarter. Slow start by both teams, and then Diamond Valley absolutely exploded. Diamond Valley done very well in that first term to keep the flow from Knox's. Interesting start there, but we're now going. So the Eagles. A few fresh faces on court. Bokert. Floating 2, can't land the and 1. And Knox are racking up their fouls pretty quickly this game. And full credit to Diamond Valley, just finding these gaps to draw that foul contact. They haven't been to the line much.
Well, a lot of him has been in the backcourt, which is something, if there is a bit of foul trouble late in the game, that's where you'll look back to and go, geez, there's probably a few there that are unnecessary, as Boquet misses the first, and got a bit of heavy strapping on his left shoulder.
Had surgery last year, I believe, Boquet. And he's been on the recovery, and really good to see him back out on court. One-point advantage. I wonder what Knox's game plan is. If it's anything like that, Diffenmeyer, grade 2.
Been solid to start. 3 assists, 3 rebounds. That's his 4th point. So he's one that's just trying to, a bit of a floor general there.
Forced out of court. It's the pass back from Perry. And now they rotate. Careful with the ball now. Todd for another floating 2. Won't work. And that one tipped out of bounds by Diffenmeyer. That will go Diamond Valley's way.
Good looks. I think both teams are very happy with the looks they're getting offensively. Just not shooting at their usual clip, but you can't be mad at the offensive processes sort of fade away. Talk about bad shots. That's probably the first one of the night from either side.
They were just put under pressure there and forced to put it up. Bate feeds it in. Great D, but can't stop Sewell for 2. This will be Knox's game plan. You'd think, Geordie, out of quarter time. 1 foul to 5 that first quarter. Let's take it to him. Try to draw some of that contact and level that statistic back up. And their first 2 offensive plays of the night have done exactly that. Perry feeds back to Boquet. Registers the baseline. Outside to Todd. Can't nail it long range, and Knox are going to go again. Champ, lots of space to Diffenmeyer with lots of space. He drops the 3. Fast start here by the Raiders.
And it's all started from the defensive end. Getting stops, getting rebounds, being able to push in transition. You go inside a few times, they collapse on it. They're more worried on that. That's when you get your spot-up shooters. Boquet just didn't know really what to do there, and Knox, they got a chance here to push here if they want. Dolphin, a great pass. Harlem Globetrotters style there. Wonderful ball movement, and Sewell gets another bucket. 8-point lead now for Knox.
A couple of starters for Diamond Valley sitting on the bench waiting to come back on. Boquet dishes inside to Perry. Not a really good look there for him. He recollects and makes it count. Well done there by Jock Perry. 5 points tonight so far. The Eagles need a stoppage here. Knox have recognised the 5 that are on court, and they are just putting them to the sword at the moment. And it's absolutely paying off. Another look inside by Detch, retreats. Ochamp just takes him around. Gee, what a move by him. Draws the and 1. We're going to see a 3-on-3 off here for the Eagles. Unsurprisingly, getting some of their starters back on the court.
Yeah, it's a young team out there at the moment, and they've made those 3 changes. But again, the ball movement, I said it before, Harlem Globetrotters style, they're just, the movement makes it so hard to defend. And I said the Boquet turnover one he would have loved to have back, but they're just getting to it. And again, to the free throw line now, and it is short, so he doesn't complete the 3-point play, but just got that little bit of a cushion now. 8-point lead, and again, Manyang back on the court. Can he have a little flurry?
With Zhang and Thosby as well too. Some of the starters back in for them. Zhang is going to get pinged for a, no he won't, I was going to say a trouble, but there's been an off-ball call. Looks like that'll go the way of Sewell. It will. It'll be his second personal.
So McIntosh in there. Tell you what, he's got some serious size to him over the break. He was very good last season for Diamond Valley. He's going to continue to add to that this season, you'd think, as Thosby comes off a few screens. Good shot, but can't get it to go, and they'll continue to push here again. None.
Yeah, they're not slowing down Knox.
Classy.
Try to. Funnily enough, this is exactly what the women did in the last game in the second quarter. Completely changed their offensive game plan and just put their opposition to the sword. And that's what the men are doing right now. This defensive pressure is elite. Just no access to the basket, but somehow Thosby makes that work. 5 points for him.
It's hard to go bucket for bucket with Knox when they've got 5 scoring options on the court. And speaking of scoring options, long range, can't get it to go first, missing a while.
Let's take those risks now with a little bit of a lead. Knox still can't really find the bottom of the net. 3 from 9, not the worst percentage from 3-point land. Perry from Diamond Valley can't increase theirs either. That out of bounds tip is going to see that ball going the way of the Raiders.
Ski will come back in for Diamond Valley, and Gooch will see his first minutes for Knox as co-champ will sit. Again, another one of those rising stars in Australian basketball alongside Ryder Cheeseman, who is yet to see the court, but will feature at some stage.
Chinky with a lot of contact there, late call, but the correct one. His first personal. As we said, foul's not really been an issue for Diamond Valley so far. It's the third for the game. Knox playing far more controlled basketball this term as well too, especially defensively. He's almost overplayed that one, but couldn't get connection. Gee, that was almost going to say great hands, but Smithy's going to collect the foul there and put Knox to the line for only the second time tonight.
Yeah, it's so tough in that situation. You just got to try your best to play straight up, but a lot of contact there, and we'll go to the free throw line. Murky, who's been good in early proceedings so far, 6 points to date as he knocks down the first. So it was even at quarter time, 16 apiece. Since then, it's been 14-5 in the favour of Knox. So just having that little bit of dominance at the moment. It's a game of runs, and Diamond Valley had one in that first quarter. You'd love to have one now if you're an Eagles fan. If Knox, you'd want to keep it going. Gee tries to dance, probably does a bit too much. Smith inside, goes up, finishes. Needed that one and got it. Made up for his foul down the other end, and 7-point lead now for Knox.
A little more smart baskets like that, the Eagles. Good defensive work through, and just got to stop them defensively here too. Knox have played the last 5 minutes almost perfectly. Pepper just works it inside again. Can't find the tip back, but he's going to get a foul call on the way up. Zhang not happy. It's his first personal. Be careful with the talk. We
saw it in the women's game.
Not tolerated through Froling in the last game. She received the tech for her efforts there, and not sure if that's just going to be regular messaging through the officials this season. And Gooch to the line, drops the first. We said at the entire first quarter that Knox couldn't buy a foul driving in, and Diamond Valley held them up really well, and they've definitely changed that game plan up at quarter time. Making this a regular occurrence. No boards like that aren't going to help. Duffelmeyer feeds it back to Murky. Great drive inside. He'll get the and one. Manyang offering up.
That just can't happen right there. Offensive rebounds off free throws, an absolute killer. Unless it's a long rebound, you really shouldn't be giving those up, and that was just a non-boxing out of the shooter, and Murky has a chance again, and the free throw line is long. Can they secure the rebound this time? They do. Through McIntosh, he's going to push with his handle. Spins, moves, goes, scores.
Zhang with a huge coast to coast.
That is brilliant there. Got it through here, and another foul for Murky. Can he make this one? He does. Another M1. That's about three possessions there, and again, it's just, you foul, you give him a chance. We saw some brilliant play from McIntosh on the drive down the other end. But again, it just means nothing. They go down, they score, they foul, and Murky from the free throw line, his misses just stopping it.
Going to push. Great defense, though. Good tip out. Nice stoppage there from a Gooch. We weren't lying about McIntosh. I've been calling the name incorrectly, Geordie, for a little bit now, but he has rocketed up and looks like a completely different player this year. It's unbelievable.
No, he's been sensational. Anyone's just got to watch any of the Instagram. Baseline hoops a big one. The amount of stuff and work he's been putting in. Like I said, watching last week, looks like he hasn't left the gym.
Takes a well-deserved rest.
So he will come out. Said 4:29 to go here, 10-point lead. Stop fouling Diamond Valley would be the message here from the coach, because we're just giving them free opportunities. But at the moment, only 2 of 8 from the free throw line. They've left some points out there, Knox.
It's a complete reversal from their first quarter, where Knox were playing slow rotational offense well outside the three-point line, and now everything is just a push to the basket, and it's absolutely paying off for the visitors. 11-point lead.
I think 9 points scored this quarter for Diamond Valley compared to Knox's 20. So that's where it's just that little gap, that little 5-minute passage, that's all it is. Even when you're not playing to your standard, that's so good. And so you speak about so good, that's none. Now, this is a question mark. Yeah. Could be an unsportsmanlike here for a clear path. He was on the side of him, so that's the only thing that could bail him out. Now, will be an unsportsmanlike. So I think that's the right decision there in the end. Just one of those things that you want to try and get the ball back after you lose it, but it's just one of those things you've got to realise there's probably no one behind you. As none again from the free throw line, but to be honest, from a Diamond Valley perspective, they could be easily down 18, 19 points at this stage, but free throws right now haven't been the best 4 of 11. So for a team that's won back-to-back national finals, that'll be the one thing at half-time they go, let's see some free throws, boys.
Comes down to Bokett's intention for the ball there too, and he very clearly stuck his arms in to just prevent an open layup. So I agree, right call. As Knox get possession back again. None. A lot of hands on the ball tonight. This has Lepepe. Big long ranger. Knox are starting to light up now. A 15-point lead as we get into the back half of this second quarter. They are just locking down Diamond Valley in defense. Manyang breaks the flow, gets the and one. Your Manyang from long range. He'll go to the line for a 4-point play.
And the Knox coach goes straight to the bench, and who's going to be coming out? The bloke who committed the foul. And the one thing is, don't let him shoot without fouling. Coach killer there, that one, but much needed for Diamond Valley. Lepepe just given way too much space there. He missed a lot earlier. I think he was 0 of 6, but last couple he's really shot with some confidence as Manyang chance to complete a 4-point play, and he does.
4 points for him. Not to say that he's slowed down this quarter. Knox have just turned the screws in defence and are not giving the Eagles an inch. So, Famara and Nunn share the ball. Slow rotational offence again here from Knox. Wanting to look inside more. So controlled with the ball. Detch floating 2. That one spills out.
Great defensive there.
McIntosh is going to go. Pulls up. Thosby can't drop the long ranger. That would have been nice for the Eagles. Knox have been asked to push as well too for a big alley and just can't connect through Murky. See the ball back. Nunn against Bokett. Takes the screen. He goes from long range, and that's a great shot there from Brody Nunn.
He's got to step up there, McIntosh. He's got to know his assignment. Nunn, one of the best three-point shooters in the NBL1. You can't be giving him that much space off a screen.
Manyang wants to go 2 from 2. One doesn't drop. Nunn again against Bokett. Finds the open gap and it just spills out. Certainly shooting a lot better now, Knox. A couple of extra baskets, though, from some easy looks for them, and the scoreboard could be more damaging than it is. 14-point lead.
A little bit of frustration here from Diamond Valley. Saw Coach Trev talking to the rest before, Manyang talking there, just a bit of composure. That's another turnover from Bokett, just a loopy pass. As, again, they'll push through, and Nunn will finish this time. And that's a timeout there for Diamond Valley. Knox flexing their muscle here. And it's an Amy timeout, much needed. That's the message. Win the next 2 minutes and 17 seconds. There's absolutely no reason they can't do that, but it all starts defensive intensity. Too many open looks.
Half of their offensive plays this quarter have just been ball spills, turnovers, just because of this defense from Knox. They need to make better use of the ball. And we've got a couple of minutes this quarter left to do it. Perry. And that's just a classic example of
such a hard pass.
Yeah.
You got one hand backwards, and McIntosh is one of the most athletic blokes you'll see. It's very hard to catch that one.
Tall, but not that tall. Knox just taking their time now and finding opportunities like this. That is an unbelievably good drive by Murky.
He's up to 14. He's been sensational so far for Knox. Don Valley, this is desperation time here. McIntosh, 3. Knox bench, very happy for him to shoot that by the sounds of it.
Staring down the barrel of a 20-point lead here. Will it come through? None. Just spills out. Gee, Perry just mistimed that one. And now Lepepe is going to take an easy look at the basket, and there it is.
Too big, too strong, too good at the moment. 20-point lead. They've scored 33 this quarter, Knox. There's still 1 minute and 16 seconds left.
Key. Perry. Just no big plan in offense here for Diamond Valley. It's a nice look for Jock Perry, but again, can't connect. 11 from 32 now, the Eagles. Pepe just puts the nail in the near coffin here for Diamond Valley. This is a big lead now going into halftime.
There's a domination here at the moment. That's why they're back-to-back national finals champions. But it's all, from me, yes, they're shooting the ball well, but look at this defensive intensity. No easy shots. 8 on the shot clock. Perry, that's about as open as a look as Diamond Valley's had all quarter. They finally get one to drop.
First basket in a while here for the Eagles. They'll take whatever they can get. 1 second between shot and game clock. It's certainly going to be in no rush going into the break. Stephen Meyer just holds this up for the last 10 seconds. Screen from Lepepe. Feeds it back to Lepepe from long range. Gee, and that would have just been the story of the half for Knox, but it won't fall. A 21-point lead on out, but they now need to go to a different level. And how they break down the Raiders' defensive pressure and step up down the other end of the court as well is going to be interesting to see as we kick this second half off. Knox once again with possession. Nunn called his name a number of times tonight. As you said before, Geordie, one of the best long-range shooters in the competition at the moment. Can't give him any wiggle room.
I might have to start get the records out here for Knox. This is just academic at the moment. I'm going to run out of adjectives. Away we're going.
McIntosh feeds inside to Perry. That's a great work down by Jock. Not bad foul contact there either from Lepepe to affect the basket, so he'll go to the line for 2.
Got to start here. Little wins. First 5 minutes. Get it back to 16. Get it back to 10. That's what the message has got to be. And it's not a great start. You've just left one of the best three-point shooters in the NBL1 South wide open for 3. As Perry knocks down the first. He's got his 8th point there, and now he's 9th. So Manyang's the leading scorer for Don Valley with 12. For them to get back in this game, he probably has to have 45. They've gone with sort of a half-court trap here, but very easily dealt with, and inside to Lepepe. Go back inside to him. Nice skip pass. Nunn. Corner 3. Just long. Probably their first miss in about 5 minutes.
He's going to want to push. Going to take some risks, the Eagles. That's not a smart one. Now Detch to make them pay under the ring with a big jam from Duffelmeyer. He's on 9 for the night.
As soon as they get a steal, they just run. As a team, they take the risk that they're going to get it, and it's just proving incredibly costly for Diamond Valley.
Defense is just majestic to watch, and that was a very easy call there for the official on Manyang. Just backed into his defender. It's a second personal foul.
I'd love for Gordon Zhang to come back on. 6'10", gives you some sort of presence. Have him and Perry on the court. See how they go. He's got a jumper on at the moment.
To say he's had a jumper on for a large portion of the night, so
if he is healthy, sure, I'd love for him to be on. You need something defensively, get some body, and that's a start there. Good steal by Gee.
Osby pushes down, connects the foul, and Detch just puts his hand up for that one. His second personal. So Knox can really play whatever game they want here at the moment. Very nice advantage. He resets from the top. Perry to Manyang. Very heavily defended by Murky. Perry now stuck, forces it out. McIntosh from long range. Drop the 3. 4 from 13 from long range now, Diamond Valley. Haven't seen a triple from them in a while. As Murphy just makes easy work of that one. Leading scorer for the game now, up to 15 points.
So I love this from Knox. They're 26 up. They're still full court pressure. There's still noise. They're still up and about. They're not laughing and joking. They're serious here. Vanyang kicks outside. Thosby, corner three, needs to drop for DV. Just doesn't. Another rebound here.
Well, Knox can smell percentage here.
Oh, they can.
This early, and they're going to want to take advantage of it. And with shots like that through Detch, they absolutely will. They are on an absolute run now, the Raiders. And that's just out of bounds. Span the wrong way, McIntosh. His defensive pressure is honestly some of the best I have seen in a very, very long time in this competition. It is scary.
If you have just joined us, it was even at quarter time, 16-16. There'll just be a quick stoppage there just to fix the clock, I believe. But it was 16-16 at quarter time. Both teams didn't score pretty much for the first 4 minutes. Since then, Don Valley has scored 17 points and Knox have scored a lot more. I'll just say that to put it bluntly.
46 in essentially
a
quarter and a half. They have absolutely lit up.
They've shown why they're back-to-back national finals champions, and they've just dissected that as that is a very aggressive foul. That Lepepe will go to the free throw line again. Chance to put it up more than 30 points.
I don't know how much intention there was there from Manyangi.
Bit of anger in that.
Arm locked in too, and just official correcting the call. So that'll be Manyang's second and his third, actually, I should say. The officials just put the tab up. So Lepepe drops the first. There's not much more we can say about this game right now, Geordie, other than just sit back and be impressed by Knox's performance. How much more they're going to score in the next 7.5 minutes is going to be very interesting. And Diamond Valley just cannot even handle the ball at the moment. Yang draws more contact on the drive, and it'll be an and one.
I'm running out of adjectives here. I'm getting the thesaurus out here in a minute, but they are taking the P155, if I can say that on air here, because this is like men versus boys at the moment. Diamond Valley, offensively, they're just turning the ball over. Defensively, they're not there at all. But Knox are just sensational at the moment.
See a sub here too from Manyang. I'd imagine he's on 4 personal. He's going to take a seat.
So 67-33. Well, if there's a positive at least. I reckon we'll see Ryder Cheeseman play a fair few minutes at some stage, which will be great to see. But
Geordie's man wants him on court.
Get him on. You're up 34.
Gee. Just not letting up in defence here, the Raiders. Perry has been under all sorts of pressure from Lepepe all night. Cannot find an angle around him as evidence there, but somehow Jock makes that work. Rare offensive win for the Eagles at the moment.
Well, it's just their 4th point for the quarter there. Looks like they're going to a zone here. I don't care what works. It doesn't seem anything at the moment. Finally, a miss from Lepepe.
Defensive pressure.
No,
defensive. That will go in the way of Thosby.
Sometimes when you just go for the ball, you sometimes get that little bit of luck going in there, but I think that was probably the right call there, to be honest, and it'll be a inline ball, and Lepepe will sit.
Henry Sewell will step on court for him. Well-deserved break for Lepepe. 12 points, 7 rebounds.
He should be playing rugby union, not basketball.
Muscle. Another long-range 3 falls short. Detch, and Eagles just need to take some risks through Gee. There's one, but he falls short, and they're just going to go again. Duffelmeyer with the one-on-one against Perry. Floats it in. To get it around Jock Perry like that takes talent.
He's been really good tonight, Dolpheimer. He's got the best plus-minus on the court. He has just been instrumental for them.
Points for Dolpheimer. It's unreal as Perry was also falls short. So Knox are on the verge of eclipsing the Eagles' total score from last week here. And we haven't even hit the end of the 3rd quarter yet.
We haven't even hit halfway through the 3rd quarter.
Doesn't drop. Peter Perry just manages to work his way in, and he will draw foul contact. Will go on the way of Murky, his 3rd personal.
I'll tell you what, I did not see this happening after the 1st quarter. I obviously thought Knox were obviously clearly the better team, and I expected a comfortable win for them. But I thought in the 1st quarter their defensive intensity was awesome. You know, Knox didn't start the way that they wanted, missed a lot of shots early, but I don't think I would have expected, if you just watched the first quarter and you're just tuning in now, a 33-point differential. I don't think that's what you would have seen from the early going, but right now you can't blame any sort of point from Knox. They've just been sensational.
Well, we called out what Knox's offensive issues were in that first quarter, and Jordy puts the double fists in the air as his man steps out onto court. Ryder Cheeseman sees his first minutes of the game. None. Cheeseman spins to Sewell, who looks inside. Just throwing the ball around Diamond Valley at the moment. Just missed, but collects the easy rebound. Great drive in, great dish, great look there. Steps on court and gets his first points.
They're just still moving. They're up 34 points. There's still great movement offensively. They're not just chucking up threes for the sake of it. Todd inside looks to open his account. He does. So he's one that has had a bit of a growth spurt over the off-season. Walked past him just before and towering over me.
Nice drive by Noah Todd. Eagles will take whatever little wins they can get at the moment. Great shot there for Knox, and DV looked to counter. Thoseby, long range. One falls wayward. This game's just slowed down immensely, because why wouldn't it in a situation like this? Murky tries to draw contact, tries to go around Perry and can't connect. A couple of misses in a row here now for Knox. Fast ball movement, probably the fastest ball movement I've seen from the Eagles all night, but that one spills out of bounds. Raiders ball.
I think when you talk about programs that just produce elite talent and consistently up there, Coach Matthew Nunn, last 3 possessions, he has been furious at the shots that they've got. He wants, you know, still running the offense. He wouldn't know about the score. He wouldn't care about it. He wants to run his brand. You know, only their second game for the season. They want to get this program going and competing up there like they've done the last few years.
Like we said, the last couple of minutes for them has probably been the slowest patch of basketball offensively they've played all night, sans the first quarter. We've only scored maybe 4 or 5 points in the last couple of minutes. To your point, they want them to drop. They want percentage, the Raiders. And if they keep going the way they've been going, they're going to get it here tonight. Sewell. Now Nunn. He's had a great second and third quarter, and what a wonderful putback there from Sewell. 8 points for him.
The Knox bench starting to make some noise. I'll be doing the exact same thing. Let them know about it. Gee, step back in his bag. That's
Big
a great shot. Red highlight there for Diamond Valley is Knox will call an Amy timeout just to probably give the guys a bit of a break. Nice step back through there from Gee, but tell you what, 31 points. Feels like it's 55 points, and it very much could be by the end of tonight.
Even watching Matthew Nunn now, he's not happy. As he said, they're expecting perfection. And why wouldn't he? He put on such a performance already tonight that any minor slip they want to focus on and work out what's going on. Obviously, you know, fatigue is going to set in, but they're still dominant. 73-42, 3:22 remaining in this third term, and it's been everything Knox's way so far this second and third quarter.
And it's across the board as well. Murky's got 18. He's obviously leading the way. You know, LePepe with 12, Nunn with 11, Dolpheimer with 11. He's been awesome. You know, Sewell 8 off the bench. So it hasn't been one bloke, you know, scoring 35 points. It's been consistent, you know, and it shows the depth that they haven't. They've got guys out here as well still to come in from, you know, Bowen's a great example from them. He's, you know, out for a little bit longer, but again, Knox is going to be up there again. They are an incredibly well-run organisation. We saw it with the women here early on. And then again, they're going to be the team to beat. I know we're only a couple games into the season, but Diamond Valley came in here tonight after a great win against Dandenong. You know, they would have been up and about here in front of their home fans, and outside of the first quarter, Knox haven't even given them a sniff.
And on paper, that's the story. Knox have forced 11 turnovers on Diamond Valley to their 4 and 9 O-boards to their 2. Massively elevated, 11 assists to 3 as well too, going Knox's way. They are playing an all-round game at the moment. Slowing down offensively at the moment, though, not able to find the bottom of the net. Diamond Valley just have to push and try to take advantage of this as best they can. Gee goes for about a 4-on-1, and it went about the way you'd expect. Meyer just tries to go in, and that looked like a lot of ball contact that the official said that
got his head on the way
through.
through.
His head. Going the way of Toddy's second personal, so they'll go to the line again, Knox. Shooting 50% here tonight, 7 from 14. Which, if you can put any blemish on their game right now, that might be a minor one. As
oh, they'll note it.
The
they'll 100% note it. They'll go, hey, that's not good enough.
If they had about a consistent third term, they'd be teetering on almost 100 points by now, the Raiders.
Hey, there's still 2:46 left. Don't count them out yet.
Beauchamp takes a break. Gee. Poke it back on court. Just the pressure they're putting on him in defence. That one causing a foul.
Do you want to talk like a pressure index? We see it in footy a lot. Knox have consistently been at elite level. Yeah. And it's so easy for them to drop off when, you know, you got such a big lead, you have little lapses. There has been no lapse defensively. Gee backing down. Cheeseman here. Fade away. Great D from Cheeseman. They try to make a meal of it, but eventually they do get it. Sewell push. Again, they'll just reset here. Want to run that offense.
So the Raiders rotate. Meyer it's against the long-range opening. Cheeseman. Fade away down the left-hand side. Falls out. Diamond Valley push, great feed in there from Bokert. Todd can't make it work, ball spills out. .147 left in this third term. Just fast rotation here from Knox, and Duffimer just breaks that minor drought they had. Long range from the corner.
36 points advantage. The margin is nearly higher than Diamond Valley's score.
Yeah, they're looking to almost double them if they're not careful here, the Eagles. In this fourth term to come. Let's pull back from Haywood. Can't find the bottom of the basket, and great physical presence under the ring there by Sewell.
He's been really good. There's Cheeseman, lovely backdoor cut, lovely finish. Great pass from Dolpheimer and Cheeseman. A young fellow with a great backdoor cut.
Gee. Haywood tries to find a look. It's just the Todd who can't make the bottom of the net. And now Knox are on a tear again to finish this third term off, and be happy with that miss. Great pressure there by the Eagles as Haywood just draws contact there. And he'll go to the line.
I'm assuming Zhang has got injured. I'm assuming, because he played probably 5 minutes, if that. I've got the stats in front of me, but he hasn't come back on. He's played 2 minutes. So has not played since. They're down nearly 40 points. So I'm assuming he's picked up some sort of an injury or went into tonight injured and gave it a go. Maybe one to figure out a bit later on, but he's pretty much the only one who hasn't seen the court.
James Smith, humbly known here as JR, stepping on court for the Eagles for his first minutes as that one drops. 35 seconds left. Knox is just going to go for everything now. Low percentager from Dolpheimer.
There's a 2-for-1, I think, opportunity there.
JR backs down and is fouled. Two officials seeing that one. So he'll go to the line for 2. And that would be Amos Primo picking up his first personal, his first minutes on the court tonight as well. And why not play your bench when you've got the opportunity tonight, for better or for worse. A 36-point lead Knox are looking at the moment. Make that 35 as the second one drops. And one last play here to cap this third term off. Haynes. Climber spins it back out to Haynes from long range. That one just falling out. 2 on the clock. They can go for a shot here if they want. Long range looks good. Too long. Falls over the top. Long time. It's been something to behold. As you said, if you're a Raiders fan, get excited again in 2025.
So from a Don Valley perspective, I'd say win the quarter here. Take something. You got a game on Tuesday. Quick turnaround. Got to win the quarter.
Second the Eagles try to push in, they are almost triple teamed by Knox. And he's got an off-ball offensive foul. The best way the Eagles want to start, or was that out of court?
Stepped out.
Out of court, apologies. So, sideline strikes again. And Knox get to go once more. Getch. Sewell. Just trading the ball around now, trying to find something inside. Instead, they go long range, and that ball's spilt in and out a couple of times tonight for Knox. Certainly could be more damaging from three-point land. 9 from 17. McIntosh can't get that to drop either. Just think of the game they would be having, Geordie, if they were shooting above 60 or 70% from long range.
Well, they're points in the paint, 42 points in the paint, so over half, which is what you want to see as a coach. And I'll be shocked if they sort of take the foot off the throat here a little bit, Knox. It is the natural thing to do, is there's a turnover there from Lepepe, but we spoke about it during the third quarter. Coach Matthew Nunn was annoyed when they were sort of jacking up threes. They don't want that as an offensive foul on James Smith. Pretty much everything that could go wrong has gone wrong for Diamond Valley tonight. You've got one side that is the best in the country, and you've got another which is really struggled tonight. That's the easiest way I can put this.
The only thing to say is that the Eagles are just lucky that Knox have gone on a little bit of a slow streak through the end of that second half, I should say, sorry, that third term, because if they didn't, they would be probably easily over 100 points by now. That's definitely not off the cards as they drop another 2.
Nice finish.
Good fight in there. Well done from Haywood with the and 1.
Been a fair few and ones tonight. They said 56% from the free throw line. Knox will be something they'll identify. 77% as it stands for Diamond Valley, as he completes the three-point play, and lead is back to 34. Was as much as 38 early, or late should I say, in that third quarter. As Diamond Valley now gone back to this sort of 3-2 zone, but just inability to keep anyone in front. Beauchamp, nice pass inside Lepepe.
Jeez.
Too big, too strong. Get out of the weight room, because he's in it. Timeout, Diamond Valley. Or no, it is a technical foul. Apologies.
Well, let's just take a look first at that muscle down from Lepepe. I wish we had that on replay. He just removed his defender, legally, mind you. And obviously, Eagles had an issue with that. Not sure if that went to the bench.
Went to Coach,
yeah.
Coach Trev, and apologies for saying timeout. It was signalled actually as a timeout. The new sort of technical is actually like a T. I believe he was taking exception to Lepepe down low with some of the contact there. I think it's just frustration from what was a night that he'll want to forget, and he did miss the free throw, none, so it didn't cause any issue on the scoreboard. McIntosh threw about 4 defenders. 3. He's had a good little minute here, has Haywood, but couldn't convert. Lucky there from Diamond Valley, because I reckon Deck was going to put on a little bit of a show for us there as a highlight. I'll tell you what, whoever is in charge of doing the highlights tonight, it's either going to be the shortest video in the world if they're a Diamond Valley supporter, or the longest video in the world if they're a Knox supporter.
Well, there's been one-way traffic, and that just spells out the Eagles' night. As Lepepe goes for a high flyer. 16 points for the evening for him.
And the 16th turnover as well. This is We've run out of words. Domination.
Perry. Broke it with an easy spill, draws contact on Lepepe. His third personal. Not happy about it.
He was nice, Lepepe, there. We could have had a delay for 25 minutes if he decided to rip down the ring, but he thought he'd be nice, send us all home, don't want a late night. So he's done us well there.
Still mystified by that. I was looking down the barrel of that drive, the same angle that the Eagles bench had, and that was just raw strength and power. Unbelievable by him.
I've never seen in basketball a bloke that strong, especially in Australia. Like, I have not seen it. He's definitely displayed that as Boquete knocks 2 down and Don Valley get to 50 points. Unfortunately, Knox are on 86.
36-point lead. Managed to stabilise it a little bit, the Eagles, if we're taking anything away from the game. Not letting it expand any further, but still just over 7 minutes remaining in this game. And if they're going to let him drive like that through Lepepe, the lead is going to continue to grow as Boquete pushes. Haywood decides against it and resets, but another turnover. They're 16th for the game. Knox can just go from long range at will now. Lepepe, he doesn't want to stop. The first layup won't happen. The game just a bit frantic. McIntosh pulls up short and shoots short. Gee, they're even just letting him put it up under the ring at the moment. They can't find the bottom of the net. Very finalises it. 15 points for him tonight.
Well, you want to put some respectability on this Diamond Valley. I know I've been calling here for 3 years. This is the biggest margin I've ever seen in a Diamond Valley home game. I'm not sure about you, AJ, but you want to at least not have the fans that have came out here so well finish with this type of game. Manyang 3. He nailed it. Started the game well. He's been restricted with foul trouble, but knocked that one down.
Just restricted in general, Manyang. He started fast in the first quarter and Knox recognised that and completely locked him down through the second and third. And again, from outside, a rare miss for him. McIntosh collects and the Eagles seeing a nice little run here. As you said, Geordie, if they can take anything away from it. The turnover, though. They're just going to go from long range now. Detch decides against it. 1-2 stepper, falls short. And go the way of the Eagles. Diamond Valley going to go 3-on-3 off here. Some of the starters back on court.
So they've actually shot under 50% from the field, Knox. But I think it's just been their quantity of looks. 35 of 72, 9 of 27 from downtown.
Gee.
There's a great move there from Gee. Nice little passage here for Diamond Valley. Again, respectability would have been the theme in the last quarter. They've at least restored a little bit here. Lepepe hits every part of the ring but doesn't drop. Gee now will push. Goes to Thosby, little fumble. Good D by Nunn.
Defense is just unbelievable. Manyang from long range. He finds the bottom of the net again. They can take anything away.
It's under 30 points now, which is good.
Manyang top scoring. He's on 18. 3 players on 18 points tonight, including Murky and Lepepe. Sure that's not going to be the last, though, as he faces up against Perry. Fade away, Jock had his hands in the bread basket, though, and forces that one. Thosby finds Gee. Inside to Perry. Just to work Murky down and does. A little run here from Diamond Valley, and we're going to see what a timeout from Nunn.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Something else.
He hasn't been probably happy with the last 3 or 4 minutes, but you can afford that when you've had such a dominating lead. Always human nature to slack off and try some highlight plays.
Great drive by Nunn. If I was Knox, I'd be annoyed to get such a big lead in this game, tipping 40 points, and to give that up, especially from a percentage perspective. Can play big in this competition in the late stages. And Yang giving him a bit more breathing room now. Knox in defence. Takes that one into Perry. Just breaks him down, but can't hook that in. Yang from long range. Can't go 3 from 3 either. Perry with a lot of contact there. It's the foul. It'll be his first personal for the night.
As Nunn will sit, and he's played really well.
13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists and 2 steals. He has been everywhere tonight. Nunn.
Him and Dolphine just across the board stats, which is what you want to see from your main scorers. Like I said, it's offensively for them. That's sort of inside and just adds to the scores. Another one adds to the scores this time. Tyrone hits it. So back out to 30. Look, this would be an average scoring night for Knox from their perspective. They've slowed down a little bit, but to keep a team to 62 points as it is, Perry inside will go to the free throw line, but it was 42 points pretty much, or 45 points I should say, to three-quarter time. That's what they'll identify here.
Going to get an Amy timeout here for Knox as well. So 30-point lead. If the Eagles do claw this back a little bit, on paper it's not going to represent the night we've seen from Knox.
This really could have been 50 points. That's how dominant Knox have been.
That 50-60 point explosion they had through the second and the third quarter was unbelievable. To win a game almost in a quarter of basketball is beyond impressive. There's been a dominant display from the visitors tonight.
Now, looking forward for Diamond Valley, they can't sit on this loss for too long. On Tuesday, they've got to quickly respond, playing Melbourne. And look, Knox have got a quick bounce back as well. They play Waverley on Tuesday. Should be another good clash for them. And like I said, they have played one game less, only playing the one last week. But they'll obviously move to 2-0 and sitting very pretty now as Waverley looks like they're probably going to beat Tasmania, so that'll be a good clash to see. Obviously, Waverley are a finalist from last year's NBL1 South, and will be quite interesting to see how Knox can go against them.
As we return to the court, 3-3 remaining in this game. Knox enjoy a 30-point lead. As Perry hits the line. 17 points for him tonight, 11 rebounds, as he so regularly does. Knox up a double-double as he puts the first in.
I'll be very interested to see on Tuesday whether Zhang is listed, because he's played 2 minutes and has kept the jumper on the whole time. So I'm assuming he's either got injured or has carried an injury into the game. I'm probably thinking the second one, because he hasn't had ice on anything or that. So I wonder if they almost said, give it a go. I was like, nah, we're not quite ready yet.
Murky baseline, too far under the ring, but a great recovery shot there from Sewell with the N1. Got to the line for one more.
Chance to add to the point totals for him as well. He is fit. Zhang is checking back in. He's had the jumper on the whole time. He's only played 2 minutes. I know I'm here on the commentary box, but if you're down 30 points, I'd probably take Perry out of the game, risk any injuries, keep him running. But I suppose he is fit, which is good to see for Zhang, the big 6'10", playing out of the China and the Philippines. 31-point lead here for Knox. As Gee has it up top here for Diamond Valley. Little dance move, step back, he likes that. Can't get it to go, Zhang inside. Nice block there from Dolphine, and just another one of his stats, and just throws it as far as he can. Saying Zhang's fit.
Speaking to the Eagles bench, 0 problems with Zhang, so not playing limited minutes. Something we can look into during the week is nice long ranger there from Todd. 5 points from him tonight.
Yeah, just a frustrating night across the board. You review this a little bit, but I wouldn't be watching game film as Beauchamp. Corner 3 just adds to the total. Just been so good from them all night. Has not been a bad spot. You can say that first quarter, but they were just warming into it as Thosby tried to answer with his own, just short.
Verging on 100-point marker here, the visitors. Definitely going to achieve it. Dolphine up. It's around to a Gooch, and Knox just playing out this final minute and a half. Fimer floating two, one falls short. Happened a couple of times tonight for them as saying fights for it.
And he will go to the line here as well.
Sewell's going to collect that foul. 15 foul, I should say, so they're going to go to the line. Geordie's man's back out on court. Cheeseman steps on for Knox. Tyrone takes a seat. So, yeah, not sure about Zhang.
Oh, I'm confused.
Interesting to know why, but...
With that free throw routine, that might be, he's just banked it in. That's a big man's free throw routine. But it goes in. It's all that matters if it goes in. Oh, goodness. He's just backed in 2 free throws. Just heard Matthew Nunn say they want to win by 30.
I heard that too.
Yep, good on him.
So setting the benchmark for this last minute 22.
And they'll be disappointed if they don't. I said this could have been a 50-point win at some stage. Diamond Valley, a little bit of respectability in it, which is good to see.
Champ, pressured by Zhang. Just goes under the basket entirely, and a long ranger from Fimer. And that is the story of the night. The cherry on top for this elite performance of this Knox Raiders team.
I don't think that was the shot that Coach Matthew Nunn was going for. The fadeaway from 40 feet as Boquet goes up. Good defence, Cheeseman. They do get it, Boquet, so chance to put it under 30 points.
JR, fade away. It's a nice shot by him. Brings it back in, 2:30. Knowing Knox, in the way they've played, they're going to finish it bang on 30. Delpheimer, tip pass. Knox ball, 29 remaining.
So it's going to be a clean sweep for Knox, men and the women. Exactly what the club would have wanted. That is a wonderful play design, and it's a goaltending or a foul. Take your pick.
Well, he's called a foul.
Well, it's a foul and a goaltend then, so it should be an M1, I believe, here.
See what they say, but the ball was definitely above the ring, and the basketball count, so I think that's the correct call as well.
That's a wonderful sideline play there. Just sort of run a screen action to get it open at the top, and then cut backwards off that back screen. Might steal that one there.
Use height to your advantage like that.
Absolutely, it's handy.
Pays off. Sewell connects. It's over 30 now. As we head into the last 20 seconds, Zhang. Boquet. Todd, long range, falls short. Fight from McKenzie, but he can't retain it. 10 seconds left. Knox going to cap this off with a long-range 3. They won't. JR to McKenzie. Has to go all the way for 2 and does. And that will be all.